Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm hoping to get some small tiny Lenovo machines in the bunker and getting them up and running. But we left off in the basement down here, so let's just see where we left off. I was working on this DC to DC boost converter in this very pretty box. I know it's a thing of beauty, I know. I'm hoping to stick this to the metal framing in the bunker with some magnets, and I do have some magnets here. Unfortunately, I have a lot of different sizes of magnets, but these are the very strong ones that I've taken out of hard drives, the hard drive magnets, which yeah, they're very difficult to get off the cardboard here. They have been stuck together for years. So, but the idea is to put a couple of magnets on here, maybe one here and one there and one at the bottom. Could be an idea if I wanted to. I don't know how I want this to sit. Well, yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, probably doesn't matter. But I also purchased some stuff in China on AliExpress. And AliExpress has the tendency to, if you purchase for $10 ish, you get free shipping. So, and if the shipping is like a few dollars, well, sometimes it's just more beneficial to get something for a few dollars. So I have purchased a whole bunch of these small super glue, power glue apparently, because, well, I use super glue, and well, this just came in the other day, actually yesterday, and today I already needed to mount some magnets, and I hope it's the good Chinese stuff that really sticks. They aren't afraid of their chemicals, so yeah, sometimes you get some stuff that is way more efficient than what we normally are allowed here. Holy fuck, this is impossible to get off of that. Really? Oh, this is strong. Wonder if I can get it off of there at all. It's coming. Yeah, got it. Dang it. So, oh, it sees some metal in here. But yeah, we will all super glue. I have two of those. These two looks like to be the same size, so I like it to look. I can't really say that I like it to look good because of this box, but I do. So I'll glue those on there. Okay, seems like they have thought of everything. So this is the cap, and this is the nozzle thing. And if you take the nozzle thing off and you take the cap, the back of the cap, there is a pokey thing, so you can poke that. There, and now there is an opening so that the glue can come out, so you can put the nozzle back on there, and now you can glue your fingers to whatever you're trying to build here, which is what we all do. So. We'll put that in there. And the other one, put that over here. Gonna make sure those two magnets don't meet. There, and then we need one in the back. Somewhere. I only have these very powerful ones. Oh, this one. I am never gonna get those off of the bunker again if the glue doesn't stick. So I want to put that down there. I'll take this piece of tape off. There. Cool. Ish. So now I should be able to take this. It's gonna have to dry up a little bit. In the meanwhile, I can go and prepare something else. Okay, we're outside. It's beautiful weather today, but yeah, we're going into the bunker. So, and for once it's dry. The bucket is a bit humid. Yeah, there's a little bit of humid there. Kind of see that some water has gotten that way, but I think the bunker inside is perfectly well. It does have a dehumidifier, you know. I have to be very careful with this one, getting it down there because of the magnets. Everything looks fine down here. That's a bit high. That's not it running. That's the charge controller running. So at the moment I have a Lenovo battery and a 12-volt battery, and they have been doing fine. Both of them are big. I'm hoping to get another one, a considerably smaller battery for down here, because there's not a lot of space down here. So getting a smaller battery for this job would be very beneficial. So I'm hoping that will happen. But as you might be able to see, there's actually water in this up to there. So yeah, I need to empty that out. Oh, dehumidifier is running. Awesome. Let's empty that though. I'll just hit a little bit so the drops will come down. So look at that. Dehumidifier in the bunker is producing water. It's quite amazing, I must admit. But just to catch up, we have a charge controller. It's connected to 3 batteries on the roof. Sorry, 3 solar panels on the roof, which is making power for it and sending it into these wires here. And that is probably 100 and something volts. It's not reacting. Oh, 108 volts right now. You can kind of see that if I'm fast enough. There, 108.3 volts. And the charge controller makes that into 12 volt, or I think it's 13 point something at the moment, and charges up the batteries. Then it also controls the output, which is going out the charge controller here, and it's going into this box. At the moment it's only this box, and this box has some cigarette lighter plugs, which one of them goes to the dehumidifier over here, and the other one goes to this setup here, which is also a boost converter. So it converts to 13.6 volts at the moment up to 20 volts, which is powering this machine down here, which is the one that we're gonna test. That has been running well, so we're gonna shut that off very carefully. Also, actually everything has been running since I was down here last, and that is a while ago. Even this end, it's not running very quickly. I'm gonna save that, put it outside. Sorry. Yeah, I hope I don't. There's another ad. I don't. I do hope my bunker doesn't get an ant infection. That's gonna be a tedious thing to deal with. But the switch and the tiny Lenovo PC and the dehumidifier has been running for approximately months. So yeah, at the moment, because we started to get some sun, everything has been working perfectly. Without power, it didn't work very well. Who would have thought? So I'm gonna remove this again. We're gonna turn this off very nicely. We could probably see something on the screen. Have this thing. We can connect that right there. This should be enough for it to get power. Oh, it's already on. So we'll see if we have a signal. Yep, it's still running Proxmox, and Proxmox has been running since months ago. So we can. I really needed to. I should have charged this one up. I'll put that onto the charger. This thing has charging capability. I don't know if it's a keyboard. It would be very smart if that could run off the cable here, but I don't think so. I think it needs to be plugged in and stuff. So okay, let's power this off. There, and it went off up here because apparently there isn't always power on this thing. So disconnect for now, and I forget how that's powered, but we'll disconnect this thing, which goes into that one, so we can actually turn that off, and then we can remove that plug here. And I need to go around the back and disconnect stuff, so I can't do that with one hand. I have the machine out here, and I have my beautiful box connected right here with the magnets. This is metal, so it seems to be in there very good. I had to put it somewhere strategically because the wires, I made them purposely short, so that they wouldn't be too ugly and stuff. So I put 3 wires in the DC to DC boost converter. So 2 of them we're gonna have for later. The third one I put in here. So right now that comes and goes over here, and on the back of it the wires goes out here, and I believe I made the wires about 1/2 meter, and that 1/2 meter is just enough to reach over there and put that in, and I can slide my little machine in there. It only has power, and then it has a monitor connector. On this machine it's a VGA connector, and for the VGA to HDMI to work, it needs USB power, which it gets right there. Then it has a network connection to the switch beneath it, so it only needs those, actually 2 connections over here. The monitor is optional, and as it is a Proxmox server, it doesn't really need a monitor. You should be able to log on to it remotely and do everything remotely, except if there's a problem, then you need the direct access to it. So I'll plug this in, and there, and pop that back in the hole where it came from. This machine is I should have seen that before, it's a M93P. It's an older one. It's we need a second hand, which is a foot. So there, pop that in our tiny rack. It seems to be stuck on something. Oh, There it is. Good. I could have made a bit more space behind here. It looks a bit cluttered, mostly because of that monitor connection, which is pretty thick. Where is it? It's this one. Really doesn't make it look good back there. That's a lot of noise down here today. The dehumidifier is running, and sometimes the charge controller is running, and it's not even server stuff that is running, but blah blah blah. Now we're gonna power our thingy here, and I put this connector in. I forget to mention in the other video, there's a fuse in this one, and that's a 10 amp fuse that is inside of this. That means that the battery voltage is about 13.4 volts, right? And with 10 amps, that gives me a limit of about 134 watts. That's not enough to power like 3-4 machines, but well, at the moment we're just powering one. So I need to upgrade the fuse in this thing with like a probably a 20 amp fuse would be good for this. But yeah, let's stop rambling and get that in. One-handed with the camera. There, and power on. And oh, immediately there's power on the tiny machine, so our thing is working. So let's quickly connect the monitor as well, so we can see stuff going on. Maybe if I can USB. Why? It's you always get it wrong, right? Field monitor. We are definitely in the field. It's a bunker monitor. Come on, VGA, you got it. VGA, come on, come on, come on. No? Nothing? Did I do something wrong? Oh, there we are. I got nervous there. So it was a bit too long for comfort to show anything, but yeah, it's starting up Proxmox, so it's mostly this power unit that we are ensuring that will work in this video. So now I have two connections for the two new machines that I have upgraded in a previous video that I am planning to put on top of this. I do actually have a bit of a plan to redo some of this, but at the moment I want to get something going. I have an idea of putting, I have a NAS in there, the TerraMaster NAS, and it has exactly the right size to go in here. So if I take out this bottom thing, I hope it can be there, that I can have a tiny NAS there, and then I want at least 3 tiny Lenovo machines here in a Proxmox cluster. And yeah, our Proxmox is back up and running. Awesome. You can see me as well, so that is nice. We are handheld. There's not a lot of space, and I should get one of those magic arms with a magnet, so I could have the camera just sitting somewhere on the wall and filming me, and I could just move it around. But yeah, needs a big magnet to do that. So this is amazing. It works exactly as it should. In the video where I was messing with this, I made a hole for the back for a fan that is there. And this, when I was editing the video, I needed to figure out how big this DC to DC boost converter was. And it's actually, the PCB inside can do 1200 watts. But that is if it gets an input voltage of 60 walls, and here it's only getting 13.4, so it's more like 240 watts to 288 watts was what my calculations came out to. So I don't think it's gonna need that fan as much, and I have on purpose left the holes. That's not it running, that's that one running. So if it should run the fan and suck in a little bit of air from the back, I do believe it will be able to cool itself. So yeah, this is cool. I am gonna try and see if this keyboard does anything. I want a tiny keyboard for down here. I know the one that I want. Lenovo has a cool little tiny keyboard. I purchased them for work, but they're expensive. So I'm a bit too cheap to get one. But yeah, this one is in Danish. I was actually hoping for a Danish keyboard, but yeah, we don't have that at the moment. So I'll try and see if I can get any connection. Oh, I took this one out. This one is it's an M92. This one has an older power connector, the round one there, and I think I'm gonna take this out again, as I now have a lot of better machines to put in here. So I'll just, this thing I took out so that I could easier get to it. So okay, I'll mess a little bit with the keyboard, see if I'm lucky or if I need something else. Okay, this little keyboard is unfortunately not nearly as smart as I was hoping for. Wireless mini keyboard. It has a dongle. I'm not entirely sure if this is the dongle. You know, these things get lost and mixed up and stuff. I was so hoping that the cable, this runs off battery naturally, so there is like a standard phone battery in here, and I was hoping that they had made a functionality so that you could use it with a cable. You cannot. It does not do anything. So I can press all I want and it doesn't do anything on the screen. And I have connected it to the PC that is powered on. So yeah, I need to find a better keyboard solution for down here. And I really like the idea of it having a touchpad or a nipple or whatever, a mouse, so that you can have mouse and keyboard in one, so you don't. There's no surfaces down here for really using a mouse, so that would be a big benefit. So I'll have to give up on this project. This is just e-scrap now. But I did bring the two newer tiny machines down here. These are the M920Xs that I upgraded in previous videos, and yeah, I'm hoping that they can be sitting down here and be part of the bunker data center. I do still have some issues with the cabling. I've made it too hard for myself to mess with, and a big part of that is that the batteries are in the way and very difficult to you can't really move around the batteries. So it would be nice to move the batteries somewhere else where they're not in the way. So I might move them to the other end of the bunker and make something down there that can store the batteries, and they will be out of the way of the IT stuff. The charge controller and stuff could go down there as well, but the cable from the solar panels are really already quite long enough. So I think everything else stays there and the batteries moves down there at some point. But before that, I'm hoping to improve a little bit on it with a smaller battery that's I should get shortly. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.